It's Friday, the 21st of August in the year 2026, and this is directly from the shelter in Kiev, Radio Shelter. We welcome you in our Kiev Radio Shelter studio, where we play for you every Friday evening at 10 o'clock Ukrainian time the most special and beautiful songs from the 50s till today, but always with a strong melody. Directly from Kiev, we ask Marina, resident of Kiev, how she manages to survive in wartime. And we give a small story with each song we play. Enjoy Radio Shelter, the only radio station from a shelter in Kiev, Invincible. We start tonight with a song that is mainly known as a cover, and there are reasons for it. Robert Knight with Everlasting Love.
Hearts go astray, leaving hurt when they go. I went away just when you needed me so. Filled with regret, I come back begging you. Forget, where's the love we once knew? Open up your eyes, then you realize, here I stand with my everlasting love. Need you by my side, girl, be my bride. You never be denied everlasting love. From the very start, open up your heart, be a lasting part of everlasting love. Your love to last forever. Need a love to last forever. Well, life really flows, no one really knows, till someone's there to show the way to lasting love. Like the sun shines, endlessly it shines, you always will be mine, it's eternal love. When other loves are gone, ours will be strong, we'll have our very own everlasting love. Last forever, need a love to last forever. Open up your eyes, then you realize, here I stand with my everlasting love. Need you by my side, girl, to be my bride. You never be denied everlasting love. From the very start, open up your heart, be a lasting part of everlasting love.
Everlasting Love by Robert Knight. Robert Knight is a Tennessee, Nashville guy who was born in 1940 in Franklin and already at a very early age started to sing, like I think everyone does in Nashville. One of the writers of the song, Mac Gaden, heard him sing and thought he could be an interesting guy for them. And Mac found Buzz Kazan, and together in 1967 they wrote the song for Robert. It is a sort of soul pop combination, but also heavily influenced by Motown songs, like the ones on the Four Tops. It became a hit and went to number 13 in the Billboard. But most remarkable is that the song was endlessly covered and especially successful a year later by The Love Affair and in 1994 by Gloria Estefan. But there are many more. Robert himself had a few more hits. Robert and the writers all come from the Nashville music scene and stayed there to do many different things, like producing big stars later on. Robert made later a song called Rainbow Valley, also written by the same guys as Everlasting, And to be honest, everyone can hear this. I wonder if you can commit plagiarism on your own record. Robert died in 2017 at the age of 77. Our next record tonight is a fantastic song by Hamilton, Joe Frank, and Reynolds. Don't Pull Your Love.
Don't pull your love out on me, baby. If you do, then I think that maybe I'll just lay me down right for 100 years. Don't pull your love out on me, honey. Take my heart, my soul, my money, but don't leave me drowning in my tears. You say you're gonna leave, gonna take that big white bird, gonna fly right out of here without a single word. But you know you'll break my heart when I want you close that door, 'cause I know I won't see you anymore. Don't pull your love out on me, baby. If you do, then I think that maybe I'll just lay me down right for 100 years. Don't pull your love out on me, honey. Take my heart, my soul, my money, but don't leave me drowning in my tears. Haven't I been good to you? What about that brand new ring? Doesn't that mean love to you? Doesn't that mean anything? If I threw away my pride and I got down on my knees, would you make me beg you pretty please? Don't pull your love out on me, baby. If you do, then I think that maybe I'll just lay me down right for 100 years. Don't pull your love out on me, honey. Take my heart, my soul, my money, but don't leave me drowning in my tears. There's so much I wanna do. I've got love enough for two, but I'll never use a girl if I don't have you. Don't pull your love out on me, baby. If you do, then I think that maybe I'll just lay me down right for 100 years. Don't pull your love out on me, honey. Take my heart, my soul, my money, but don't leave me drowning.
Don't Pull Your Love, Hamilton, Joe Frank, Reynolds. Again, a song you cannot hear enough. And that is why we play it again on Shelter. Three guys that came from the more or less session industry. Studio group T-Bones, who had a few enormous hits, but three members left and called the group after themselves. That was in 1968. This song is from 1971 and became a very big hit in America, #4, and went to #1 in Canada. The song is written by two guys, Brian Potter and Dennis Lambert, who were big guys. As Potter wrote for Glenn Campbell and for the Four Tops. He died earlier this year at the age of 87 after a big writer's career. The group more or less broke up when in 1972 Tommy Reynolds, percussion and singing, left, but the others continued and even did not change the name, although one of the three of the band was gone. And then in 1975 they made their biggest hit, Falling in Love, #1 in America, and with Reynolds still in the name of the group. Only after this hit they took out the old name and brought in the new percussion player, Alan Dennison. They stopped more or less in 1976 and had a reunion 10 years later. The reason for the end of the band is probably that apart from those two big hits, they had not much success with their next singles like Annabella and Daisy May. And also their two albums did not do too well. Now on to Somebody's Baby by Jackson Browne. But first, Marina. Personal news from bombed Kiev. Let's see how she is doing. Hi Marina, how are you doing?
Hi, Tony. One thing is for sure, and that is that for the coming time there will be no ceasefire. I think we all start to realize that. What it means is the big question for everyone. There are now many children in our country who basically only know that there is a war, and from all the past wars in the world, we know that this will mentally affect the future lives of these children. This is very sad and should give serious reason to think for parents, although there are often no other possibilities than to carry on. For girls and boys who become adults, I think it is differently, and they have the option to leave the country and go to Europe. Although Europe has become much more difficult for Ukrainian people and even stopped the financial help to them, it is still a choice that can be made. Most positions are not easy to do in Europe, as for instance, the language is already a big problem, as well as all the diplomas you need these days in Europe, but it might be easier, for instance, for car mechanics, as there is always a good need for them abroad. With the coming winter inside, I expect that many people will have second thoughts to stay in, especially Kyiv, as those people have the best positions to go abroad. It is for the city a terrible thing, as it means institutions have to close, as there are no people for it anymore, and so on and on. Result is that the city becomes a city totally dedicated to war, and then it will be able to fight forever. Also, Russia will be heavily harmed by it, but there the population only accepts, and that is all. The fact that America lost his support to our country has had enormous influence to the negative side, but also the lack of real interest from Europe is difficult to accept. Of course, there are large numbers of Europeans who really help us, like people from Holland, with the big support project, Protect Ukraine. Volunteers who bring into our country what we need, and even robots that can take victims of the battlefield that normally cannot be done. We are very thankful for this and need this. A gloomy story this time, but next week we do the opposite, and I'll tell you of all the support we get. Bye, Tony. Till next week.
Thanks, Marina. It was good to hear from you, and we expect you next week.
But just look at that girl with the lights coming up in her eyes. She's got to be somebody's baby. She must be somebody's baby. All the guys on the corner stand back and better walk on by. She's got to be somebody's baby. She must be somebody's baby. She got
Jackson Browne with Somebody's Baby, 1982, and a big hit in the United States. The song was the main song for the Come to Age movie, First Times at Richmond High, and often that helps a song to become a hit. Number 7 in the USA, and a hit in many other countries. It is about a love that does not really exist, but somebody falls in love with somebody he or she does not even know. And yet he has difficulties to approach this person. It is a more or less joyful song, which is not too common for Jackson, who makes often more sensitive songs with a meaning and often society critical, as he is a big defender of the values of the earth. This was the biggest hit, but he had quite a few other ones, like Doctor My Eyes and Those Days. Jackson is born in Germany, in Heidelberg, in 1948, but soon moved to the West Coast in America and is still active in music and still lives there. We're on to 20 Flight Rock from Alan Mills and Daryl Hyam.
Ooh, well, I got a gal with a reggae machine. When it comes to rockin', she's the queen. We love to dance on Saturday night. We're all alone and I hold her tight. But she lives on the 20th floor in town. The elevator's broken down. So walk 1, 2, flight, 3, flight, 4, 5, 6, 7, flight, 8, flight, more. Come on the cliff, I'm starting to drag. 15th floor, I'm ready to sag. Get to the top, I'm too tired to rock. Well, she called me up on the telephone. Said, come on over, baby, I'm all alone. I said, honey, you're mighty sweet, but I'm in bed with the aching feet. This went on for a couple of days, but I could not stay away. So I walked 1, 2, flight, 3, flight, 4, 5, 6, 7, flight, 8, flight, more. On the cliff, I'm starting to drag. 15th floor, I'm ready to sag. Get to the top, I'm too tired to rock. I love you, baby, wanna see your face. I love you, baby, too much to wait. All this climbing is getting me down. I found my corpse draped over the rail. So walk 1, 2, flight, 3, flight, 4, 5, 6, 7, flight, 8, flight, more. I'm on the cliff, I'm starting to drag. 15th floor, I'm ready to sag. Get to the top, I'm too tired to ride.
20 Flight Rock by Alan Mills and Daryl Hyam. A bit of an unusual song on Shelter Now. This is a very old song, originally by one of the biggest rock stars from America, Eddie Cochran, written by him together with Neil Fairchild in 1956, when rock started to move on. Eddie made a lot of unforgettable rock songs, like 3 Steps to Heaven and Summertime Blues, all covered, of course, endless times. Eddie died at an early age of 21 in a car accident in a taxi in Bath in England on tour. Sad story, but like Billie Holiday, biggest talents died very young without drugs or anything like that. This version is from 2014, and both Alan and Daryl are rockers who like the classics. It is from their album My Feet Hit the Ground, where there are a number of rock classics. And they play it in the best way. Daryl is maybe the inspirator, as he traveled with the band of Eddie, the Cali Four, so he was close to Eddie. It is a very high energy song, sort of a rockabilly song, as they call it. But very interesting fact is that when Paul McCartney wanted to join the Beatles as a young boy, he needed to show to the other band members, and especially John Lennon, that he was good for them. He played this song and he plays it still, and you can hear it, and it sounds still very good. Yes, Paul can rock, as he demonstrated often. Strange name, 20 Flight Rock. It is about a guy who has a girlfriend on the 20th floor of an apartment building, and the elevator refuses all the time, so he had to climb the stairs. On now with the cymbals and a lovely way to say goodnight.
Isn't that a lovely way to say goodnight? And every night we share this wonderful delight. In fact, when you're mine, we will have a lot of fun. And when our night's done, kiss me, and then, baby, I'll kiss you, and then we'll kiss once more before you close the door. Isn't that a lovely way to say goodnight? Each night's party will keep starting. Ooh, our new romance, and my chances will always be. Isn't that a lovely way to say goodnight? Way to say goodnight. Every night we share this wonderful delight. Though we say goodnight, we can make it something grand. I will hold you tight, and one day we hand in hand kiss me, and then, baby, I'll kiss you, and then we'll kiss once more before you close the door. Before you close the door, and then we'll kiss once more. I told you once before. Isn't that a lovely way to say goodnight? Isn't that a lovely way to say goodnight?
A lovely way to say goodnight, the Cymbals. A true four voices harmony group from England and a group that likes to make covers from America. Big hits like Bye Bye Baby and Canadian Sunset. They took the songs often from a group from America called the Four Avers. And two of the band members of the group have written this song that they, a few years earlier, did themselves. The writers are Joe T. Bandetti and Steve Tillinger. The Four Evers brought the song on the market in '66 and the Cymbals 2 years later in '68. The group fell apart in '73-'74 as the band members one by one started to leave, and one of them went even to the Rubettes, which is understandable given the connection on the voices. The song was not a big hit, and after this song no further hits followed. And as so often, a song can much later be rediscovered and get a cult status, and that is also happening to this song. I must say that I think the name Cymbals looks more like an American group than British. Maybe it did not help. Our last song for tonight, Candy Girl, Mr. Frankie Valli and his Four Seasons.
I've been a searching on this big wide world. Now finally I found my Candy girl, Candy girl. I found me a girl, Candy girl. She sets my heart a whirl, Candy girl. With hugging and kissing and loving, we're out together. Everyone knows the way we feel. We both seem to glow with a glow of love, and it's plain to see
our love is real.
happy as can be. She vows eternally to hold me and love me until the end of time. She's mine, mine, mine. Whoa, whoa. Candy girl, candy
Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons with Candy Girl. Why this one, you might ask? The reason is a really important one. Frankie Valli has the lead man of the famous Four Seasons from New Jersey in America, has ended his career by announcing it. Born in 1934 in New Jersey, and his real name, Francesco Stefan Castelluccio, stops at the age of 92. Yes, 92. Finally stops. The man with the high falsetto voice, who was the sound of the Four Seasons. With Bob Gaudio, Tommy DeVito, and Nick Massey, they formed the Four Seasons. All Italian origin and all Italian blood in their veins. As I said, a string of hits under his leadership. Can't Take My Eyes Off You, Let's Hang On, Walk Like a Man, and so on. They found out, in fact, accidentally, that he could sing like this. And here they went up the charts. And mainly Bob Gaudio understood, as writer, very well that they could make a lot of money of this. They used Frankie's voice in many songs, and it became a hit after a hit. An unusual career, as they started in 1960 and more or less stayed alive until today, 66 years. The song, by the way, is not written by Bob, but by Larry Santos, who did more for them. Sort of doo-wop, and issued in 63, and even the B-side, Merlina, became a hit. And Candy Girl went to number 3 in America. We wish Frankie, on behalf of Shelter, still the best of days to come, and tell him to reach 100 as absolute minimum. As you know, we play for you well-selected songs from mainly the 60s and the 70s, big hits and forgotten special ones. Some of them you certainly will recognize, as they are still often played or used for movies and commercials. We give a small story with each song. Radio Shelter plays only songs we love, and we hope we please you with our choice. And please do not forget to subscribe to our wonderful Radio Shelter and get every new broadcasting automatically on your device. Next to push on subscribe, you should also push on the bell on the screen to make it all perfect and to enjoy us every Friday. We wish you a good and of course a very safe week on behalf of Radio Shelter, Marina and myself. And please tune in next Friday. And I'm Tony Eastern. So long.
Привіт усім! Мене звати Настя, і я співачка у дівочому поп-гурті Melody Girls of Ukraine, тут, у Києві. Від щирого серця бажаю кожному з вас доброти, миру та любові.